Hi everyone, this is Dr. Jatin Intwala, and today we'll be speaking about the superclass 3. This superclass 3 contains remedies from birds, row 3 of the mineral kingdom, and caryophylidae subclass of the dicotyledons. So, we had talked about superclass 2 some time back. It's been a while, and now we'll catch up with superclass 3. This class is characterized by the bird type. The dynamic of this superclass is limited and expanded filling, or contraction versus expansion. This limitation is internal, which is more mental rather than the physical one, because within this boundary they are able to freely move. It is not like superclass 5 where they are caught tight and stiff, like Anacardiaceae family. They also possess a mother-like love, how mother loves a child, and their fear surrounds leaving the comfort zone and crossing that line of border, which will make them lose their protected feeling, nutrition, and care and affection. Regarding their desire, they want care, affection, nutrition, understanding, choice, and their identity. They are also very giving type. They want to focus more on the others rather than themselves. And that is why they are very sympathetic, empathetic towards the other. They prioritize others' expectation over their own. In terms of the periodic table, it is concerned with the row 3, so which is related with the identity and choice. Where we see on the left side there is a sodium and magnesium, aluminum, which are developing their identity, where sodium does not have any identity of its own, magnesium has repressed its identity, aluminum is very confused of what it wants to do, silicia is very obstinate but does not know what he wants to do, phosphorus knows what he wants to do, and sulfur will do something different only, chlorine which will do exactly opposite of what is said to because of the sense of deception. So we see how the identity, choice, and understanding is developing from sodium to the chlorine. Their internal feeling is of the freedom within the barrier, yet they desire to explore the outside world, but however, they feel they can only be cared for if they meet the other's expectation. That is why they are limited. So, fear of being cast out from the society that sustains them. For example, society is often just the immediate household. They are not very concerned about the outer society. It is only about their immediate family. While opposing feeling is being helpful, available for the others, this leads to the sense of confinement and the desire for the freedom. Additional sensation of the superclass 3 includes the feeling like they are in the jail, imprisoned, and there is no fear of starving as such, but the example is like a marriage where two people are together for the life. Mentally, they highly value the appreciation and there is strong desire for the right things. They value belonging to and forming a bonds with the immediate family member or their friends. But then they again think about the others. So there is a servitude feeling and maid feeling or imprisoned feeling. They often question their own self-worth and do the things to improve their value in the eyes of the others. And they fear the situation that makes them look bad. For example, fear of performing badly in the exam, fear of failing in the exam, fear of making a fiasco at a ceremony or something, or making mistakes in the public appearances or while speaking. That is why they think that their image will be disturbed by this. It is not only in the silicia that the image is concerned, but even from natrum to the sulfur, chlorine, every element shows that image consciousness. They prefer to stay within the flock or the family rather than going outside. The bird is in the cage of its own making, both physically and mentally. Even if they are freed, they would circle around in the same circle. They would not go too far away, and they will again come back to the same place where they were living. In terms of the ambition, they are more ambitious than superclass 1 and 2, but less than superclass 4, 5, and 6. When rejected, they feel lack of love, care, and nourishment, leading to the resentment. There is a polarity between the philosopher and the sense of servitude or a belonging. The conflict is, should I stay in this cage, restricted but protected, or go out and have my own adventure beyond the boundaries? They deeply are loyal to their friends and loved ones. They feel the pain acutely when their loved ones' trust, affection are not reciprocated and often leading to the self-sacrifice. The common phrases that are used in the history of the patient needing a superclass 3 remedy is, I'm not being understood, I'm not being appreciated, I'm not being valued. They don't care about my choice, they don't care about my identity, they don't care about my name. They feel their choices are restricted, including how they dress, how they appear, how they form identity. They fear the mistakes, exams, and injections. They may face domination or deception from the parents or the friends. They are very social, primarily for the emotional support. In contrast to the netramure, which is very reserved, even the magnesium which is very repressed, aluminum which is confused, silica which is obstinate but still unsure of their direction. The dynamic remains one of the limiting and expanding. Just like in the cactus which is growing in the desert, which contracts when there is a less water and expands when it is full with the water, where in the desert there is no nutrition, there is no one to talk with, no one to share with, no one to understand. They are very far away. So in cactaceae, it is completely different aspect. Even a group of nepenthals, a carnivorous plant, is included in superclass 3. But that is having different set of characteristics like being trapped, suffocated, and not being given nutrition. But it also is in superclass 5. The main keyword is love, which is limiting me. Main remedies of this group are cactus, falcoperegrinus, and phosphorus. Their crisis response is of a striving. They attack but within their bounds. They are very risk averse, and the subclass which is of a dicotyledon is caryophylidae and polygonales. Thank you for listening to this patiently. We'll again meet soon with another video. Thank you. Bye.